training is mainly we are concentrating on business intelligence side. Business intelligence side. So that is the main skill which we are going to learn. So which is Power BI. Okay. So Power BI is a business intelligence tools where using the data, so we can create reports. So that reports will help the organizations to analyze their business. Okay. So based on that analysis, they will further decide how they want to improve their business. Okay, so that is the main purpose of business intelligence, which we will be working for the organizations. So if you look at like in this particular training, right? So apart from Power BI, we will also be learning with other areas of relevant areas actually. Relevant areas means so we should know when we are working with the data, we should know what are the concepts of the data, right? So what kind of data models are there, how the data will be there, how the data will be stored, what are the technical aspect like concepts which we have it like in there in that. So those things we will also be learning, which is like data warehousing. So data warehousing means the place where we store the data, right? So how we store the data, how we retrieve the data, how we connect with the Power BI kind of tools to make the reports, right? So what are the best models we have it to choose or to store the data? So these kind of things we will be learning in data warehousing. Okay, so whatever like we studied, like practically how do we store the data? So that is something we learn it in SQL Server, right? So I will also give you like a clear picture or clear idea how much it is required for BI engineer, right? So for BI developer, how much knowledge is required for SQL side. So so we'll concentrate on that. I will teach everything in basics of SQL. So out of which what is necessary for us, like why what is necessary, everything we will have a clear idea in these upcoming lessons on SQL point of view. So we'll learn SQL Server also in this training. So mainly we use SQL in Power BI point of view, right? We develop some kind report. We connect with the data from SQL database, right? So when we are connecting with the data, the numbers, whatever we have it in a report, same numbers, right? Like it should be as per the database numbers, right? It should not be mismatching. If it is mismatching, then there is no use of these reports. Correct. So we need to check that using SQL queries. So that is the importance of MS SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, or any other database which has been there in the project. We will discuss about that. Okay, in further things. Okay, but SQL is basic, where if you have that knowledge, you can work on any of the RDBMS related databases. Okay. Also, we will also connect with Microsoft Azure connection with Power BI and create reports. And one more thing is Tableau, right? I have not included Tableau, but I have included in upcoming other slides. So we'll go there, go there. Okay. So and also we will learn about data modeling tool. Data modeling tool means which is like SSIS tabular model, SQL Server analysis services. So why we need SSIS tabular model? So what is the importance of the data modeling tool? How do we implement the tabular model? So everything we'll learn it in that also. So that will be maybe two classes only. So it is a simple thing. If you learn that data modeling tool, so that will be like plus to your resume actually. Okay. So few classes, I mean 2 classes, around 3 hours of training. If you spend some time to learn that skill also, and which will be added in your resume, which will give additional weightage for your resume. Okay, so these are the skills which we are going to learn in this particular training. But yeah, as I said, I have not included Tableau here, but yeah, so I will be included in other slides also. So why I'm including Tableau is, right, so nowadays we have calls, more calls on Power BI and also Tableau also, right? In case if you get bit less calls on Power BI, you can even get the job on Tableau also, right? With the same knowledge, whatever you have it. And how difficult for you to learn Power BI and Tableau is, if you know completely Power BI, learning another skill of the related software, it is very minimal knowledge you need to get it to learn that, because rest of the things, everything is same. So considering that, Tableau also, it is easily you can learn it. Okay, so you can also find my Tableau videos, existing videos on the YouTube channel itself. Okay, so previously I was teaching Tableau also. So there, so it is like I was providing the training initially on Tableau, but it is there since long time in the market, Tableau. So Power BI is a bit new to that market. So that is the reason. But however, openings are there in any of the skills like Tableau or Power BI, so which we can try on. Also, if you wanted to try for this data modeling tool itself, also we have opportunities, but it is very less compared with Power BI and Tableau. Okay, so these are the skills which we will be learning. And yeah, if you look at the timings, 7:30 to 9 a.m. every day we will have the classes. Okay, so this is about what are the skills which we are going to learn in this training. But let's go about to learn about more details on what is this training, right? So what is the importance of this training, and in detail we will see, so that you will get idea like more about this training and skill set. Okay, so as I said, business intelligence, right? So business intelligence, like why should you invest in business intelligence? Not we, companies. Like I mean, in companies, why they have to hire Power BI people, Power BI developers? Why they have to, why do they need them? Correct. That is the question, right? So basically, we as a business intelligence developers, or BI developers, or Power BI developers, or Tableau developers, right? So what we do it, right? So business intelligence is a process that help us change data into information. Okay, so it could be any business, guys. Like if you could take any business, retail or any other, like for example, if you have to tell about businesses, different kind of businesses, if you could see lot of businesses are there. I have given listed of these companies just to get some idea to you, right? There might be organizations like financial organizations, manufacturing organizations, healthcare ones, e-commerce, energy, electrical or electronics, food or beverages, aerospace, telecommunications, right? It could be any kind of business. See, these are like mostly I listed in India only. Across the globe, right? So there will be a lot more companies, right? Like thousands of companies, right? So whatever the business they are running out, right? So for could be, for instance, anything. For example, if you take ICICI Bank, right? So there will be like a lot of users will be using ICICI, applications, right? For their, banking transactions or banking needs, they'll be using it. For example, if ICICI wanted to know across the globe if there is any reason in which their applications are not stable or they are not working properly. For example, lot of failed transactions is coming. Particularly, what is the reason and why failed transactions is coming? Is there any bug is there in their application or something is there if they want to fix it? Right? How do they get to know? Right? So because customers will be using, they I say people will not be using that application. Like let's say I as a customer, I will use that applications. I face the issues, right? So when I'm facing the issues, right? So there must be a failed transaction or something, amount will be deducted, but I don't get that amount from the ATM machine, right? And you raise a dispute and they want to check it like, so comparing with the data, all these things, right? So similarly, like any other things also, manufacturing, if you take it, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, if you take like anything, of course, right? So what I'm saying is manufacturing also, or if you take about this applications itself, how is that application is running? How many transactions are failing? In which region? All the data get captured in one of the system, right? In order to read that or in order to understand from lakhs of transactions or millions of the transactions on everyday basis, which happens on net banking or online, right? It will be very difficult for us. So what we could do is we kind of connect with the data with this kind of BI tools. What are the BI tools? Business intelligence tools like Power BI or Tableau or any other BI tools. We connect with that. We kind of create a insights where business can easily understand within few minutes of time or fraction of very less time. Like for example, previously they used to analyze, they used to take, to understand that issues around 3 4 hours or 5 hours. Now they can be able to do within less than 30 minutes also. They can understand, okay, so what is happening, why it is happening, and they will be able to find, resolutions for that issues. Do not to, do not happen again in the future, right? So for example, I'm telling you only ICICI Bank, manufacturing client, if you take it, if manufacturing client also, they might be doing the business. Okay. For example, Unilever is there or Dell is there. Dell will have stores across the globe. I mean, they will sell their products having the stores across the world, right? So across the world, which store is having how much business? What is the monthly business happen on this store, right? So which products are moving more on which place, which market, which business unit, which model, right? If they want to understand their business like clearly which area they are getting more revenue, which area they are not getting revenue, accordingly they can plan their business, to improvise further in certain areas, or maybe they want to work on some kind of marketing area, skills also. They want to promote their products through digital marketing, like through advertising, or they want to advertise in different places. So based on that they can try to improve their business also, right? So there is a lot of scope for every business, right? Like every business organizations to understand how their business is happening, right? Similarly, if you take healthcare also, right? So in healthcare also, how many people inpatients are there, how many patients are coming, how many patients are going out, like so what are the common things or common devices they are purchasing. So there are like some of the healthcare related manufacturing clients also. They will give their products to that related hospitals also. It could be any kind of data if you want to mainly make a report for us, right? For us means we as a BI developer, right? It could be any data or anything. It is end of the day we want to create a report out of it, right? So it could be like you could see e-commerce also, Flipkart or whatever. So a lot of transactions or lot of orders will be there in a day. So which region, how many orders has come, how many is ordered, how many on time delivered. On time means within SLA. SLA means service level agreement. Like for example, while we book the order, we will commit. They will commit like we will deliver this order by Saturday 12 p.m. or to 6 p.m. If they don't deliver like by 6 p.m. or they deliver by Sunday or Monday, so right, so they want to analyze what is the reason behind, because if they don't commit on time, right, they will lose their customers. Correct. So it is like kind of so we kind of analyze the business or we kind of report it, right? So without having these BI tools also we can run the business, but these BI tools will help us like in to have the information ready within less time, and we can take actions on time. Okay, it could be like these are the different kind of domains or industries which we will have data. It could be having telecommunications. So I have not listed all the things, but for example I have listed few of them: aerospace data or food and beverages data, right? It could be any data which we will be working with end of the day, right? So whatever the data is there, so what we do is so we help that data into information. That information can become the knowledge for the business people, and that knowledge, using that knowledge they will plan to improve or that the knowledge into plans that guide organizations. So what I'm saying is, right, so without the business intelligence tools, also they can make it out, but it will be more delayed, and they will not get complete picture also properly, or they might miss also something in their data, right? So but when you use this BI reporting using this kind of tools, so we can connect with the data, so we can have the interaction also, right? Let's say I want to filter the data for a particular market, I can do that. Particular business unit, I can do that, right? Anything I want to filter for a particular period, date, this period to this period, I can do that. It will be like more interactive reports actually. User will have flexibility where they can choose which region they want to analyze the report information. So based on that also they can easily understand that information and do that also, right? So BI means business intelligence. The intelligence means knowledge, guys. So business knowledge we can get it using this kind of Power BI kind of tools. Not only Power BI, any other BI tools also. Okay, business knowledge which can be done. So as I said, without this also which we can make it, but these tools can help us quickly understand or quickly generate the insights for us, and which will be like helping us like to take on time decisions. I'll tell you small thing. For example, so there is something failed transaction is happening. Let's say I go to ATM machine, I withdraw cash for 5,000. When I withdraw 5,000, I'm getting 10,000. Okay. And like I'm getting 10,000, I'm just using it. Like likewise, something is going wrong in any of the transaction, and to find this, okay, issue, if the business is taking longer time, maybe 3 4 days they are taking, okay, there is a something going wrong in the code and it is giving a lot of cash outside, right? It will be very huge loss, right? Instead, so if you use this data and create a reports, right? So we can get like information like very quick, and the within a few hours we might get that information as per the data schedules or whatever business requirements, right? So they will be able to fix that issue, without having any impact, right? It could, the issue can happen any wise, right? Like if I withdraw 5,000, I might get 2,000 only, right? So customers will raise a complaint on it. Customers will face problems on it, right? I'm telling you one banking transactions only, which are like critical, but I'm telling you, so there could be another use cases also we might face issues. Okay, so that is the thing. So yeah, so I will explain the flow of this particular one, right? If you could see this particular, picture, so we get the raw data. Raw data means source data. Like for example, so where will we get the data first of all, right? You might be thinking like how we get the data. For example, if you take any supermarket, right? So there will be a lot of counters will be there. Counter 1 2 3 4 5 billing counters. What they'll do billing and we will be getting it. So before the billing, they will have a one of the interface of that particular system. Whatever they enter, the data gets fed into the backend system, right? So that's where, so what is the source of the data is each user interface, each counter who generates bills, that gets fed. So that is the source of the raw data. And the same data we don't connect with Power BI, right? So that data, it gets loaded into the source system. Technically, if I have to say, OLTP system. We will talk about all these things in further upcoming lessons in detail, right? So the data gets stored into the database system, right? So there will be like a lot of formats the data gets stored. Some places it will be Excel, CSV, XML, JSON format, or text format. It could be any format. The data gets will be the data will be stored, right? So whatever we get the data, it could be anything. Like for example, if you take ATM machine, so what is the source of the transactions? It could be through ATM machine, the transaction can happen, or through bank also. In the bank, there will be counters will be there. So we can write a check and we will give them and they will also withdraw the cash from it. So the transactions can happen. Or if you take, any other business also, let's say if you take clothing business, right? So we will have a right? Clothing store will be there, right? So for any company, if you take, so there are like, a number of stores will be there in which we go to the store and we buy that, cloths, and that gets recorded in the somewhere in the system, right? So everything, the data has to be captured. Okay, and some of them it will be like through online, right? So we go to this mintra.com or any other websites, we buy the clothes and we get that also, right? So sales can happen, I mean revenue can happen on different channels, whether it is a store business, online business, or we go to the store and then we book it online and we go and pick up from the store. Okay, so it could be anything, or financial thing, or any data will come, and it could be like uh, any format, the data will be getting stored in the source system. And what we do it actually, right? So we will be doing, data warehouse, whatever the data is there. So it might be there in different structure and different format, different shape, from place to place, or that will be varies, right? So we kind of, warehouse it properly, structure it, and store the data. So what exactly we do it is, we do the extract, transform, and load, and store the data in a proper manner in a data warehouse system. Okay, so whatever the warehouse system is there, right? We will talk about all these data warehousing models and techniques, everything. So which is efficient, what are the basics of data warehousings, concepts we should know to attend while attending interviews, right? So we will discuss all these things in upcoming, lessons. Okay, and if you look at whatever the data we have it, right? It might be, of a particular organization, whole data we will store it in data warehouse system. Data warehouse is nothing but a database only. We store the data in the database. Okay, for example, I'm creating a report of sales report. Then I have to pick up the data only for the sales related information and create the reports, right? Or I'm creating a report of volume report. Okay, then I have to get the data only those volume related tables, right? So we connect with the Power BI and we create a report. Or I'm creating one more report, any other report like transaction report, or brand report, or inventory report, or financial report. It could be any report, HR report, right? So whatever the reports which I'm going to create it, I will get only that information only loaded in Power BI and create the insights, right? So what exactly we do it, right? So we connect with the data from the database, and we kind of create a visualization like this. You could see graphical representation, right? See, when you have a data, right? So data will be there like in a table format, very static data, right? The same data, if you represent in pictorial manner, when I say pictorial manner, like a bar chart, line chart, right? Donut chart or pie chart, bar and line chart. So like using different kind of visualizations, if you represent it, it is the kind of, for understanding also, it will be more easy for the business users also. Okay, so what exactly we do is, we as a Power BI developers, we connect with the data and create a reports like bar chart, all these things. Then using this report, higher management or whoever the relevant team, they will, go through that particular reports frequently, and they will make a decisions based on the, data, and based on the, numbers which they can see it on the report. They can decide how they want to improve their business. Okay, sometimes using the existing data also, they can, predict the futuristic data also. They can generate the future data also. And again, we will be representing the future data also through these reporting tools only, which means the futuristic data means present, like, these many products has been sold out. So what is the probability that, in the next year, how many products it can get sold, right? So that kind of, forecasting can be done through R or Python, right? Through machine learning. So which is like data science. Again, it is a different thing. So that is also, it is mainly we generate the data and we store it in the database. Again, we connect with the data and create a reports based on that. So this is like, a cycle of BI, business intelligence. Basically, our job is we want to create a reports out of it. That reports will help the business to understand their business, how it is happening, right? So they can understand it and they can decide, to move forward in their business. Okay. So if you look at, so this is the standard architecture of most of the projects looks like. Okay. So where are we? If you could see, we are there in the last BI analytics. All these and all enterprise data warehouse, it will be like data engineering team, database team, they will be doing it. We might get the data from different sources. You could see there are different ERP systems are there, e-commerce and supply chain management, right? So like there could be anything like any kind of sources we might get the data. End of the day we do ETL. ETL means extract, transform and load. Okay, there is a separate ETL team will be there. So what exactly they do is they do creating the jobs to pick the data and load it into the system. So end of the day, we construct this data warehouse. So data warehouse also we have one more thing, metadata repository or MDM, master data management. So what is that is like in data warehouse, how much data we need, that much we keep it. Remaining we archive it in the MDM. MDM means master data management. For example, for reporting, I need latest 5 years data, but I have total 10 years data in my system. So remaining 5 years data, we will archive it in the MDM. Okay, so data marts. So all these things we will see it like in upcoming lessons in detail about in data warehousing concepts. So why do we need this? But end of the day, you could see BI comes in the end. So whatever the data we have it, like we connect with and we create a reports out of it. And that reports will be accessed by the users to understand their business. So this is the flow of the project, right? And I told, right? So we should not be worried, like, it could be any domain. End of the day, we want to create a report. If you have, knowledge on this particular tool, a reporting tool, how we can use this particular tool and using that options, how we can create a reports. If you know that, it could be fine for us. It could be any project. It could be financial project, manufacturing or any industry. Like if you could see all these industries, right? It could be any industries. It doesn't matter for us. End of the day, we need to understand the requirement and get the data connected, create a reports, right, and do it. So for that, we should know complete knowledge about that particular reporting tool like Power BI or Tableau. If you know that all the options, it is simple, right? Like for example, I have a mobile is there. It could be like, let's say Android phone is there. I'm very much new. I never seen Android phone so far, right? So if I have to use that phone, I should study what all options are there in that phone, what all features, how it will work, everything I should know. How to make a call, how to cut the call, how to record a call or anything, right? I should know everything about, that particular one, right? So based on that, like I can, use that phone. Similarly, in order to create a report also, if you are a Power BI developer, whatever the options we have it like in Power BI tool, right? We should know everything. Then, when it comes to requirement, we can easily use that options and knowledge and create the reports out of it as per the business requirement. Okay. So that is a simple thing actually. Yeah, if you could look at, so as I said, it is not only Power BI in the market for, to create a reports. There are a lot of other BI tools also there. So if you look at here, let's say if end-to-end project workflow, if you want to look at, right? So there might be companies or there might be clients, they might be using Tableau also. Okay, so Tableau also they might be using it. Data source database will be SQL here, and data integration tool ETL tool, right? So extract, transform, and load. That tool they might be using Talend or any other also. But sources we might be getting the data from different places, right? So end of the day here, like we are using the BI tool called Tableau. Okay, so we kind of creating a report in this particular flow. I'm explaining it is like Tableau we might be using it. There might be like other players, like if you look at other slide, see visualization is Power BI. See Informatica. So it is not like every project will have Power BI only, right? Some projects will have Tableau, some projects will have Power BI, some projects will have some other BI tool also. But so as per the like as on now, like right, if across the globe, like the most used and preferring tool is Power BI for BI, Power BI, and the second place is Tableau. Okay, so you can think about like, so out of huge organizations, don't even think, let's say I have a one organization is there. If you take like anything, let's say if you take HDFC Bank, okay, HDFC Bank will not have only 3-4 Power BI developers. It will not be like that, right? So there will be very big team will be there. So some around thousands of people they might need it to have the reporting area, because they will their business will be there, across the globe, right? Or if you take like Unilever products, what we use it, or anything of course, right? So it could be like their business will be there like across the globe. So the data they want to handle it, and across the region wise they will have separate people to handle with. They'll have separate projects and people who handle it. It will not be like very huge thing will be dependent on few people, right? So that they'll be having different projects, so different formats and different structures. From different locations we get the data. So we might be like working for one project under HDFC or in ICICI, right? It could be like that, right? It could be anything which we will be working with. Okay, so on that particular project we might be working on a reporting area. So that's what I'm just giving an idea. There will be like huge opportunities like for BI always in the market. Okay, it could be Tableau or Power BI or other tools also, because any company if you take it, they will have data. In order to understand the data, so BI tool will be the option for them, like to create insights. So based on that they can understand the data. Okay, so like just to know why Power BI, right? So if you look at here this particular slide, so this one, from the Gartner actually. What is Gartner means? Gartner will be doing surveys, actually market surveys on different BI tools or any other things also. So according to Gartner, as on 2015, if you look at 2015 February, Tableau was the number one BI tool. It was there in the leaders board. Tableau was the number one that point of time, 2015. Then second position was Click. Third one was Microsoft. Right? If you look at, so first one is Tableau, second one is Click, third one is Microsoft. Right? Gradually, if you look at as on today, I mean 2022, Microsoft Power BI is number one. Second place is Tableau. But like a few years ago, Salesforce has taken Tableau. Salesforce is also one of the cloud-based platform. They have it, so they have taken out this Tableau and they are improvising it further. Tableau. So if you look at like so Microsoft and Power BI and Tableau, these two are the tools last around 7-8 years. They're like stable in number one and number two positions. Okay, so which means most of the companies they're preferring these tools only for business reporting. So not on what measures these tools are number one and number two, how we are comparing is if you look at completeness of vision and ability to execute. So based on these two factors, so Microsoft Power BI states number one position in the market, and it is still growing further. They're still improvising their product, Power BI product, right? So every month they are getting new features and new enhancements. They are getting it to improve their product more and more, and it can help the users to give more benefits for their business analysis, right? They're trying to work more to improvise their product still. Even Tableau also at the same time they are also improvising. After Salesforce has taken the Tableau, they are like still providing a lot of benefits like on cloud area and also within the functionalities wise also. Okay, so if you look at, so these two are like still in the number one position. So it will have a stable market because still they are trying to improvise the product. If you look at other ones, something is good, like ability to execute is good maybe in this one, but completeness of vision will not be. Something will not help, something will help in the business reporting, right? So that's the reason like people are not taking. And any small organizations also can easily take this Power BI and they can use it for their reporting, because the kind of cost and all they are giving for very less price. Okay, the licensing cost, everything which will be given by the Microsoft Power BI or even Tableau also, which is less. Okay, so and they're like the products are also stable now. A lot of people are using for these particular tools for business reporting. So that is the just overview about this particular one. So and also just to tell you scope about Microsoft skills. Always it will have standard like value in the market always, right? But there will be slight changes once in a years, like right. So if you look at SSRS was the reporting tool, right, from Microsoft previously. Previously SSRS was the tool which was there, but now it is Power BI. So because SSRS doesn't have more capabilities to meet the latest functionalities or latest like tools in the market, right? So they have come up with a new options called Power BI. So what is the Power BI, how it is developed, everything we will understand in upcoming lessons also, to have a clear idea about there. Okay, so that is like the reporting tools in Microsoft side, and data modeling tools. These are the ones which we have it. But as I said, in our training, we will be learning data modeling tool also. So basically, simply on a simple terms, if I have to tell you what is this data modeling tool, Power BI will support for certain amount of the data to create a reports with. But if you have a huge data, billions of the data, and if you want to create a report, Power BI will be not supporting that much data, and performance also drastically it will be reduced. So instead of that, we kind of depend on a data modeling tool where it can support huge data, millions of the data, or even it can support for petabytes of the data also. We can create a data model and we can deploy that model right in the database, and we can connect with that database using Power BI and create a reports with huge data also. So we will learn it. This is also a part of the training. And also, so we have a data integration tools are there. There are a lot many things are there where it is like it has all the you know areas they have it. Like for example, I want to maintain the business intelligence where I can depend everything on Microsoft itself. Like how data engineering side and BI side also. I can use all the products from Microsoft itself. Like what I'm saying is, so we can go with a ETL where we can pick the data from the source system and we can maintain the data warehouse system. And we can also, if we wanted to work on huge data modeling tool, we can go with. And for reporting purpose, we have Power BI. SSRS is outdated now, like all the existing projects in SSRS, they are migrating into Power BI reports only. Okay, so that is the thing about like scope. We have it in Microsoft skills in learning. So to talk about this tool in specific, what we are going to learn it in this training is Power BI desktop. Okay, so Power BI desktop is a simple tool actually. Like if you to talk about, this is the interface of Power BI, guys. This is the Power BI tool. So I have already opened in my this one desktop. It is already open. You could see this is the interface of Power BI tool, which we are going to learn it mainly. Right? It is very simple tool. Like this, we call it as a Power BI desktop. It's a developer tool actually. Power BI desktop is a developer tool. You could see it is a developer tool to create a dashboards, reports, and stories. It comes as a standalone application, which means we can easily install this on our laptops or machines. And we can also, it's a free software, we can download it, and we can also create a free license and we can learn it also, the server part also. Okay. So we also have a Power BI premium license and Power BI server also. Power BI server is most of a we can publish the reports in the online and we can give that access to the relevant users. So those kind of things which we can manage in the Power BI service point of view. Okay. And we have different licenses also. We have it pro license and premium license. Premium per user license is also newly has come. Right. So these things and all we will discuss more in detail in upcoming lessons actually. Okay, so this is the interface of tool. Let's go to the tool itself. You could see. So this is the report tab where we can use these visualizations to create a report. And this is the data window. And this is the data modeling one where we'll be working on the, creating the relationship between the tables and work on the data modeling area. So this is the part. So all these things like we will learn it. So let's get to see like few things. Maybe like I'll just get data connected with right. So I'm just connecting with some data to create some reports so that you get some basic idea about that, right? So let's say I just connected with some database in SQL, and now I'll connect with so I load with some tables. Yeah, just load it. You could see I just use the get data option. Okay, and we can use get data option and we can directly load the data. But I have used recent sources because recently I have connected with certain sources. I have connected with that and I'm just loading the data. You can see once we load the data, we can see the data this side. You could see. So we can see the two tables here. Whatever the tables I loaded, we can see that. In that, whatever the data we have it, we can see that fields here. So here also you could see it, right? So similarly now you could see. So this is the report tab. This is the data model. I mean data window. In data window, we can see that data in that particular table. What is the data we have it, right? Which we can see that. This is the data modeling window. In the data modeling window, where we can see mainly relationship between the tables, how we can relate the tables. So what are the techniques are there? Those things which we can see it like. I'll explain all these things in detail like when we have upcoming Power BI sessions, right? That time we will learn this particular one. So and also we have to learn all these options, right? Like we have this data visualization is there. As a BI developer, we should know when to use which visual, right? So like for example, like I just see like see I have done drag and drop, so we are able to get this visuals out, right? So we can create like visualizations and create the reports, right? So like for example, I will just use product category wise. I'll show the information maybe in another chart. See, like that we should do, right? As a BI developer, we should know when to use which visuals. So we'll clearly learn when to use which visuals, like all these things. Okay. So similarly, like you could say insert option, what all features are there, when to use, how to use it, right? Each and every feature and modeling tab we have it, view tab we have it. Similarly, when we click on here, there are some of the hidden tabs we get it. See formatting or data drill we have it. So when you click on a table, we get this additional table tools. Similarly, column we can get that column tools. All these options we should know. Similarly, so we have a transform data is there. In the transform data, we can perform the data structuring and data shaping also using the Power Query. So we don't have to write the code, but we can using these options provided, right? Power Query options. So we can structure the data also. Okay. So basically, so what I'm saying is we should know this is a simple tool only. Power BI is a simple tool only, but we should know end to end. But there is something called DAX functions is there. So which is like, bit more are there. So we have to learn properly and practically we need to learn them each and every function. Then as per the business requirement, so we kind of, create measures. It is not like always drag and drop everything, right? Let's say if I just do drag and drop like this and I create a report, then for that, nobody will give lakhs of salary. Correct. So we have to learn the DAX functions thoroughly, and we should be capable to create a required measures as per the business requirement and showcase that in the visuals to create them and in the report development. Once we create these reports, right? So we can maybe we can save this file also, desktop team 27 overview session. Okay. So we can save that file and we can publish it. Okay. So in order to publish, we have to click on this publish option. In order to publish, we need to sign in actually. Okay. Maybe I will just sign in just to show you. Simple tool only, but some efforts needs to be given actually. If you give proper efforts, right, it will be like daily, like some hours of practice with minimal efforts, so which we can easily get the job. I'm just trying to sign in. Okay, it is also asking the authenticator app. Let me just quickly sign in there. 914447. So it is like one time only, every day we don't have to sign in. So like once we sign in, we can directly publish that reports into the online. Okay. So like if you could say, I can just click on publish option. So where we can publish it. For example, let me publish it in Team 26 dev. For example, it's a folder actually. Okay. So we'll talk about all these things in server also. So what and all things are there, like we will have a separate sessions on server also. So basically, if you learn end to end, we should not think about I do not have experience. That experience and knowledge is what we are going to gain it from this training, right? You could see. So users can access the reports through web. See, through web based, they can access the reports, right? So this is how it will be. Okay. So this is a simple thing which I have told you like in a quick span of time, right? Similarly, I will also take you to Tableau also. Okay, I think it is loading. Let it load. Maybe I can close. Let's go to this thing. Before it loads, what I will do is will continue here. Right. So what we were discussing is these things we were discussed. Right. So Power BI. Right. Power BI desktop is the one we will be using it to develop the one. Right. Power BI desktop is the one developer tool we will be using it. So these are like licenses. So we will talk about more about these licenses in upcoming lessons. Okay, so you have seen it, right? And now like we're able to get the data connected and load the data and create the reports on a quick span of time, right? So this is how it will be. And similarly, if you look at Tableau also, Tableau is also having Tableau desktop is there, Tableau public is there, online server and reader is there. So these are the Tableau products actually. But here also we will be working on Tableau desktop only. Tableau desktop is the developer tool where we will be creating the reports using Tableau desktop only. Okay, Tableau public is it's a free software where we want to learn it, so which we can download Tableau public and do it also. Tableau public. Online and server is like server related ones, cloud based one, and this is on premise one which we will be maintaining. Tableau Reader is a free one which I have already given a descriptions here about these tools. Like you could see, it is a developer tool to create dashboards and stories. It is also standalone. We can easily install it. Tableau server, where we can publish the reports and do that. Tableau online also we have it. Reader is we can read the Tableau files using this particular reader software. Tableau public is a free tool where if you want to learn it, so we can use this Tableau public also. Prep is there, so that is like more of a data engineering kind of thing where we can clean and structure the data. So these are the Tableau products which we will be there. So we will be learning Tableau also in this training. Previously I was not teaching it because now I started in this training batch only Tableau also to cover it part of the training, so that you can try with the multiple skills, right, on job opportunities. Like it is on Tableau or Power BI, you can also try it. Or if you feel difficult, you can only try on Power BI only. Okay. So it's up to you, but it is like there is nothing extra which we have to learn it to work on Tableau also, because I'll compare and cover it on the training side. Okay, because most of the options, whatever we have it in Tableau and Power BI, both are similar. Okay, so this is how my training it is going to be. But yeah, let me get on to roadmap of this training. How we will be starting with the. So today is the overview session we have covered, right? Overview session it has been done. After that, from next class onwards, regular classes onwards, I'll be starting with data warehousing. As I told, right, in data warehousing, so mainly in interview they'll ask a few questions on data warehouse, and also you should have knowledge about the different kind of data models available in the data sites, which is good actually according to project wise, which model is efficient. Some of the basic terminologies you should know. All these things we will learn it in data warehousing. So that will be like few classes only, like we will start with, and then SQL. Okay, so basic of SQL. So both I will take two weeks actually. So 1 week for data warehousing, 1 week for SQL server basics. Okay, so once we complete that, then I'll start with Power BI. Okay, so Power BI means like here, so we'll start with the Power BI desktop, like we have seen it, right? Like this tool, end to end, each and every option we will learn it, so that we will have the knowledge about this tool. Then when you get a requirement, you like a experienced person, you can do it. You should not think like I don't know Power BI then, right? I'm already giving complete knowledge about this tool. Whatever the experience I have it, like what are the use cases I have it, what are the real time scenarios, what kind of interview questions we get it, right? Everything I'll share my knowledge. With that knowledge, you can easily get on attend the interviews and get the job on your own also. Okay, so that is the thing. So I'll share like end to end about Power BI desktop, and you could see Power BI usage of right visuals, when to use which visual. I'll share that, and what are the best practices while building the report. I'll go through them, and as I said, so most of the places you don't get complete knowledge on tax, guys, for sure. I'm telling every one of you, anywhere outside nobody will teach all the tax functions with examples. So what I do is in this my training, right? I'll go to that Microsoft website itself, Microsoft website, where tax functions list. So if you go to this particular Microsoft website, so we have around 250 DAX functions are there, right? So whatever it is like required around 230 functions, I'll be covering it with including examples. I'll be covering it. So I'll explain in such a way that you can easily learn most of the functions, and if you have this knowledge, DAX DAX means data analysis expressions. So this is the backbone of Power BI training actually. Okay, so I'll teach everything. So if you practice and utilize it, you can easily work on Power BI skill. Power BI developer, you can easily work on it. So after I complete the DAX functions, I'll start with Power BI server. So what is Power BI server? Where do we publish the reports? Where do we provide access to the users? What are all different types of access are there? How do we create apps there? Everything I teach there. Okay. Then as I said, we will also be covering the data modeling tool. Right? So data modeling tool, how do we create it, everything. Then we will go further. It is like, Tableau also. Tableau when I take with, so by the time you should learn Power BI, I'll do comparison with Power BI knowledge and explain the Tableau so that it will be easy for you to learn Tableau also. Okay, then real time project, I will explain it. I will also share the uh, resume class also, recorded one. So where how do we build it? I will explain that. Even on the real-time project session also, I'll add that resume. How do we build it? How do we take that resume in a good resume? How do we build it and how do we upload it in a portals? Those things also I will give the knowledge. So this is how my training roadmap from next class onwards. Okay. So while I take the training, we will have mock interviews and daily classes. Like whatever I teach today, tomorrow I will ask you in the class. Okay. When I ask, right, like that interview questions will be covered. And if you are properly learning on regular basis, it will be easy for you to complete the training along with the learning also. Okay. And also I will share 40 reports, around 40 reports for hands-on practice purpose. Okay. So you can practice it, those reports, and you can explain those reports only in your project also. Okay. So and also every day I will provide the recordings also, recording sessions of them, like whatever I'm teaching right now, right? So everything I'll be giving the recordings. But just kindly note that once I complete the training, from the end date I will be giving 5 months of access. Like for example, if I'm taking the training for 2 months, after the 2 months then I will give like 5 months of access recording. It will not be like lifetime, it will be like around 7 to 8 months of recording access will be there. So within 2 months, you can easily learn at this particular skill. Okay, if you're not getting the job with 5 months, right, you will never get it only, but because you will never learn it. So this constraint is great, like so that you will show interest from beginning and learn it the training and get utilized it. Okay, I will provide end-to-end materials, whatever I'm teaching, right, like an everyday class. That material I'll provide it so that you don't have to take extra notes again. You don't have to spend on that. Maybe you can go through the recordings multiple times, even though you are a non-technical person, right? For these Power BI jobs, not only Power BI or Tableau, any other things also, any degree is required. That's it. That is a basic qualification to get into this kind of jobs. Even if I have to give you some example, right? So after the degree, BCom or BSc, right? Nowadays, lot of service-based organizations like kind of Wipro, all these companies, they will take thousands of people. They'll hire it and they'll give training on this Power BI kind of related software skills, and they'll put them in the projects, and they will also work like a normal engineer, right? So there is nothing like you should not think about, okay, I'm a BCom graduate, am I eligible for this one or not, right? Any degree is fine. Okay, the basic criteria is degree qualification they look for this job, right? Only the thing is they expect the knowledge from you guys. Sorry. See, if you have knowledge and if you're able to, if you're capable to work on it, that is what they expect from you. Okay, it is not like some BTech or BE engineering people, they will only work nothing like that, right? So because any graduate can learn this tool and they can work on it. If you are working properly in the project, that is what the project people expect from you, right? So that's the reason. If you're non-technical, still fine. Maybe you have to spend more time. Maybe you have to go to one more time extra to the recording, two more times extra to understand all these technical terms. Whatever I'm teaching, you have to learn that, then it is fair enough, right? So there is no something eligibility. Eligibility is any degree, right? So I provide the materials. You just have to improve or make a notes to speak, right? So according to your standards, you can do that also. Okay, and yeah, I do support for placement also. In case, for example, you have studied properly, you tried for job opportunities, you are not able to crack interviews on your own, right? Then I can support you for job placement also. But that will be, extra charges will apply for that because for my efforts and all I'm keeping, so it will be extra will be there. But if you get the job on your own, right? You don't have to pay anything extra. It is only 10,000 you will pay for me for this training. Based on the 10,000 only, you can get the job on your own. You don't have to pay any extra money. Yeah. So this is all about the trainings. Maybe you can also go through this YouTube channel, Corporate Trainer Naveen, right? So so there you will find lot of materials on the playlist to study with. You can go through that also. Okay, so that is also there. You can do that. So yeah, I think now this is the time for you. Like, feel free to ask any questions, please. So if you have any queries or questions, please feel free to ask me. Regarding placements, if you have anything in detail, if you want to learn it, you can ping me or you can connect with me separately for placements. All right. So rest of the things, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask me. You have to unmute yourself and you have to ask me the questions, right? Because any questions, if you have it, you have to unmute yourself and ask me.
Hi Navin, morning. This is Balaji.
Yeah.
Navin, actually, your class, this class was self-explanatory, so I have got everything clearly. The only thing is that I just want to clarify this. To sum up whatever you explained today class, now, you mean to say like there is a raw data. Raw data will go to data warehouse, that is database, and from the database we are going to prepare a report for making some strategy or to understand the position of the product or position of the business. So that part is what we are going to focus on, right?
Yeah, so just to tell you more elaborately, right? If you
Hmm.
look at 1 second, let me just show you Power BI reports, just to show you like right. So these kind of insights we will be creating, guys. If you look at here my screen, right now. So this is the kind of reports which we will be developing. It is like, if you look at, it is a kind of a bar chart, pie chart, donut chart. These kind of charts we will be doing it.
Okay.
It is not about Power BI. If you
Hmm.
look at, I will just search with Tableau also, Tableau reports. If you look at, this is also same only,
Hmm.
right? End of the day, whatever the data we have it, right? We represent the data in the form of pictorial manner.
Okay.
Pictorial manner makes users to understand their data quickly. So
Correct.
rather understanding the data in a tabular format, like for example, if you take banking also, millions of the records will be there. To understand that millions of records, one by one record are going through that, it will take a huge time, lot of time. So which we can avoid it with simple clicks and with simple filters what we have it, so which we can easily understand our business. If you look at this particular one, you could see there are a lot of cards are there, sales dashboard. This gives the numbers to us and we can see the trend of it. Like how is it is happening, it makes easier to understand our data. Okay, so this is what we are going to do it. Okay, so to do this we should know this tool, any
Hmm.
tool, Tableau or Power BI. We should understand this tool. We should know that how is the data, what structure of the data is required for Power BI. All those things we will learn in detail about in this training. From there, also, as I said, DAX functions also. There are sometimes it is not like straightforward. We just drag and drop and create a report, nothing like that. Sometimes, as per the requirement, we need to derive the new columns also or new measures also. And those things we need to drag and drop and create a report. All these things we need to do it means we should have a knowledge of it, right? So that knowledge is what I'm going to give it end to end. Okay.
Okay, clear.
Any other questions, please?
Navin, Raghavendra here. So just wanted to check, do we need to have any Excel knowledge in order to create these reports?
See, anybody who is getting into training, my training especially, right? If you don't have anything knowledge, if you know how to speak in English,
Okay.
average English is also fine. But if you have good English to speak in, that is a basic criteria or basic eligibility to do this training. Rest of the things I'll teach from the basics. SQL I'll teach from the basics, right? So even Power BI also. But as you said, if somebody has Excel knowledge, Excel means some functions are there in Excel,
Yes.
right? So those functions will be repeated in Power BI also. Some functions, not all the functions, some functions, which means it'll be a bit easy for that particular person, somebody who have Excel knowledge. Okay.
Yeah,
It
got
doesn't
it.
mean that Excel knowledge I don't have it. Can I learn it? Means you can do that. You can do more practice here and learn it. Okay.
Hi Naveen, good morning. Firoz here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, you are teaching this Tableau complete or just what comparison?
No, I have already recorded sessions of my Tableau videos are there. Okay.
Okay,
So around 15 sessions are there in my YouTube channel itself. You can find them here. You could see 15 sessions are already there,
okay,
recorded ones. You can go and start learning that also. But so what I will do is like I will not go in very detail about Power BI. So because same concepts is there, but on which place I want to go more detail, I will cover that in detail. Remaining, I will compare with this and quickly I'll go with Tableau. So main skill is Power BI only, but additionally I'm just giving so that you guys can showcase multiple skills in your resume. Okay.
okay, Naveen. Okay, thank you, Naveen.
Any other questions anyone has in any of the slides or on anything, any queries? Okay.
Navin, do we have a class on like August 15th?
August 15th, yes, we can have it because it's 1.5 hour only, right? We can take it. I think most of them will have holiday. So because of my health conditions, I couldn't take the classes. But so I see I'll be taking classes regularly. It is not like one day I'll take and off or nothing like that. So because of my health condition, I got the date pushed, but we'll have mostly classes regularly. But if any festivals are there, we will skip it those classes. That's it. Otherwise, we'll have classes on regularly. But I'll update on that Monday thing. Maybe we'll take class on tomorrow, only on tomorrow, but not on every weekend. We'll have classes only on Monday to Friday only usually. Okay.
Sure.
See, those who are interested, can ping me so that we'll keep that 11 people only in the group, not like everyone. Okay. So for today's session, I will upload it in YouTube and I will share that link to all of you. You can go through one more time. If you have still queries are there, you can even connect with me. So that is also fine. But from next class onwards, the access will be restricted only for the people who has registered for this particular training. Okay. So yeah. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll stop this session here. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
So